speaking, and I'm still waiting to see how it then changes maybe in this game as the T sides maybe learn a little more, get a little bit more accustomed to it. But this to me is, Virtus.pro have always been good at train. There's no saying against that, and I'll get to my historical point at one moment. But this is a big proving point for EnVyUs. I haven't seen them much on train, and I can't wait to see what they can bring in, how much of they put work towards it. And I think we're going to find out very soon as we are live into the pistol.
I don't think they were even a five-man team when this was back around in the last rotation, actually.
No.
I have to try and think back on that one. But
I don't believe it.
here we go, though. Envy, four-man stacking up towards Ivy. Shox being the lone man to try and distract them. We'll see what he can do. Bialy's going to be the man that's holding off Ivy at the moment. He's thrown himself a decoy down to keep them at bay. Pasha's nearby as well. And there's the smoke. Are they going to push on through? Bialy getting caught out. Pasha's been run down by a four-man Envy train. And they are just piling on through. Bialy does manage to get himself one. The bomb plant coming in. MBK is going to be the man that will get it down. And Happy going to throw a decoy in the corner and try and keep them busy.
Oh, Happy's in a great spot here. If he catches them, he already gets down. Neo gets the fourth. Happy goes to town. That is a triple and a half. Gets the fourth. Happy is on point today, ladies and gents. That's how you make an impression.
Crazy stuff. That's a start right there. Happy gets himself the 4K in the very first round. And you know what that means? It's an AK-47 and head armor in his hands, along with Smith's on a Galil. Crazy. So, Scout picked up for Pasha, actually. So, Pasha forced him straight towards it. We'll see how it works out for them. The Ivy play worked last time. It's going to be a different split off this time. The bomb is actually with Smiths, who's making his way to Pop Dog. Meanwhile, Kiyoshima's going to be the distractor, and Taz is going to find him. But he's going to have to get the hell out of there. 4 hit points. Whoop. Just make sure he lands safely there.
And already, the T side picking up the first pistol like that is phenomenal. If they can get 4, 5 rounds, they will be so pleased with that.
Pasha's rotated over to B site. It's a long rotate as well. He's at the back corner. Bialy's the man that's going to find...
if only he knew.
2, yeah, that's smoke. The second he goes down there. Oh, he lands the tag! Oh, Snacks manages to pick up the kill. Just caught a glimpse of him. The call must have come out.
Oh, Bialy with the 1 deke towards Happy. That's going to keep control. MBK can push up for sure, but they've got the information. Neo now aware on the side, just in the smoke. Smith's going to dome him. Surely Smith doesn't even spot him, just sprays wildly, and Smith has the bomb here. This is a brave plant. He's got some cover, but MBK didn't spot out Neo getting on top of the train, but Smith's will. Now, Shox goes to town. 3 left for the Virtus.pro side, and I don't think they're going to glimpse towards his side, but it is a 2v2.
Well, Pasha lands 1, won't get the second. NBK will clean that one up. He gets himself a second for the round. And EnVyUs do hang on to their guns, but that was almost. And that was Virtus.pro with just 1D, as it were, and a scout. So, managing to push EnVyUs. But, as we've seen, and as a lot of the pros have stated on Twitter, any rounds on T side are good rounds. And at the moment, EnVyUs already have a 2-0 start.
But for me, I'm waiting for Virtus.pro to just suddenly show up. It's like Neo on this map is like no other. Neo can go above and beyond, and Taz
is going to get run down.
Yeah, Taz is going to have a lot of Frenchmen on his... that was a weird phrase about to come out with. I'm going to ignore that one. As they're about to start flooding in, and Taz actually dealing pretty well with them. Happy takes down Shox. And, well, it's a little bit sloppy.
Double team kill! A double team kill!
Keo got Smiths? What's going on, guys? Please stop. I don't understand.
Well, luckily, it's only Snacks alive, so the double team kill shouldn't be too much of a problem. Unless Keo doesn't check. Almost got caught by the P250, but
how?
How
can you do
happy.
A double team kill?
I mean, they were pushing fast.
I'm not sure, you know? I'm just not sure. I don't know how that even works.
Not the greatest for them, but nonetheless... They've got the money. They can buy right back, and they've got themselves the 3rd round on the board. Now Virtus.pro have weapons. What will they do with it? Happy's gone for the AWP, so I think we're going to see a little bit of a slower play coming out from EnVyUs this time around.
Maybe.
Happy's taking it to Ivy. I think he's expecting somebody actually to push out of Ivy early, but you can see Virtus.pro have actually smoked it off.
Yeah, Keo just heading over towards the B site. 3 players actually outside, though, on the outside site. Neo, Bialy, and Pasha. Bialy was doing brilliant in this sort of spot as well, up against NIP not too long ago. But there are two extraordinarily good players just around the corner. As Pasha, would you dare peek that, Pasha? No, I think is now the answer. Neo going to adjust as well, just in case. And Envy buying time. We're going to see the smokes come rolling in. Nothing off the back of it, though. Time is going to be pretty darn low by the time that the T-side begin their execute, and Happy just waiting. When Snack's doing just the same thing. They're all just biding their time, see if they can force a rotate, pull a player, catch a glimpse. This is what this map is all about.
Keo's going looking.
So low as well, and Keo is going looking, but Keo's almost on his own here. Smith, Shox, MBK, and Happy are all on the other side. And Neo is backing away. Keo does take down Snacks, and they are beginning to rotate, but now will they follow it through? That's the big question here. Will they commit? 25 seconds. They're going to have to be quick about this.
Smiths and Shox are the ones that are coming. The Taz is ready, but the question is, can he hold? He's going to get himself at the bottom of the ladder. Bialy does find one. Now they're in onto site.
Taz.
He only needs to get the planter. That's all he needs to do. He finds it. There's the bomb. Tries to get the spray down. Shox is going to have to pick up the plant. He's got so little seconds to go. Neo already in place. Pasha's there, and they manage to clean up the site, and Virtus.pro get themselves on the board.
Wow. Brilliant stuff from Taz, just holding off long enough. Surprised he didn't get the follow-up, to be fair. I think he'll be a little bit frustrated himself with that one. Ooh, and I think we've just dropped out Snacks there. So Snacks just timing out. Hopefully he'll rejoin us. But yeah, it was funny. When you guys were casting Virtus.pro up against NIP, I think it was you and Alex, and I was observing the game. All I could think about was, I'm sure these two played historically at one point, and my brain was rattling around my brain, like, when was it? And it was so far back. It's in 2013, and I literally remember seeing ESC beating NIP, and that was almost very, very similar lineups to what it is now. It was still with Lord and Cuban, for now what is the Virtus.pro lineup, but Virtus.pro were one of the first teams to take down NIP. Not just like on one map, I mean in general. That was when NIP were on that ridiculous hot streak. It kind of came full circle now that I think we've got a couple of players going into the coaching positions, but still those core three players. And funny enough, it was Pasha, Taz, and Neo in that game in 2013 who just went above and beyond. And Neo finding some of that form in their previous game as well up against NIP. So for me, I think so far this is just going to be looking at EnVyUs. How good are they? Because I personally think the Virtus.pro are setting the bar quite high on this map. They've come in looking quite well prepared on it. But how good are EnVyUs on their CT side? How good are they now that they're on the T side, the very hard side, to make anything happen with?
Yeah, it's definitely worked out well. Virtus.pro held very solid defense against NIP. It was such a close game as well, 16-14. Could have gone either way. Look at EnVyUs though, they're piling in. Taz is there though. Taz is going to get smoked out, caught out, but he's in the perfect position. There's the bomb. Everybody just running into him. He does finally get taken down. Snacks in backup. Oh, he's got to get surrounded. They do get on. Neo is in on site.
They've got head armor as well.
He's going to creep through the smoke. MBK, well, he's already been dropped. Happy is the man that plants the bomb. And it was such an easy cleanup for Virtus.pro in the end. Like you say, that was an invested round for EnVyUs there, but it didn't work out for them. Virtus.pro get themselves a second.
But they did get two down. They got a bomb plant. It's not the end of the world for them. I don't think they'll be too sad with that, but it was a fairly invested round. But just the fact that Taz had the standard M4 in that spot, which I don't think was actually his, was almost fortunate in a way that he was able to spray so much and pick up those kills. So paid off very well in the end. And as we noted, Envy can buy into this round as well. Shox 3k, yeah, he's easy. He's good, he's good. So, happy with the AWP, Pasha with the AWP. Haven't seen those two really go too head-to-head just yet.
We might be seeing it in a moment, although Pasha's going to pass on by Ivy. That's where Happy was going. It's Smiths once again that's just holding back. Keo, it's the same position for these guys almost every round now. Every time EnVyUs go for a slow one, it's pretty similar. Keo's the man that goes on the lurk down at B. Tries to draw any attention of Taz and Snacks. And once again, it's Happy that's trying to hold that angle. Bialy might be the victim if he goes and peeks around that corner.
You may very well be. Oh, Bialy.
Don't do it, Bialy.
If only you knew. Neo, though, looking to maybe lock down a little bit of that A entrance and get a little bit closer, but
we saw the other day, actually.
Look, he's actually going to go for this as well.
Oh,
Shox found him, though, and that was something that Neo was consistently doing, is trying to get control of the map.
Well, it's when they were going for the set smokes. They were trying to get the set play, and Neo would just get himself tucked in a corner, or even just go around into CT spawn and catch a glimpse of them all. But that one man down on A has forced Snacks to go Zeke and Hector. Taz now sort of semi-alone. Kiyoshima's dropped down Pop Dog. EnVyUs are pushing on towards A.
Well, they have to. 24 seconds. They got to make this one count. Pasha going to push up towards the side, but it's Pasha and Snacks to hold on.
That's the carrier.
And this is perfect. Time is of the essence. Bialy comes in, and now Happy last man standing with Orb. He's not going to get a step towards that site. Backs out. And he's going to just try and keep hold of it. He might be even hunted down a little, but then again, they probably want to keep their guns more than anything too. But you got to say, Virtus.pro, very strong on their CT side now. I think that Envy are getting close in these rounds. Closer, I feel, than sometimes NIP were getting.
Yeah, definitely. But they are running the clock down. EnVyUs
those
running
late
it all the way down. And they're just holding those angles. They're hoping that someone from Virtus.pro would peek, and obviously that's what we saw Neo doing this time around. But Virtus.pro come out on top, and now we're all square, 3-3. Those opening first rounds, how vital will they be in this game? A seemingly CT-sided map. I say seemingly because we've seen Hellraisers and Titan both picking up heavy T sides. But of course, that was when teams were just finding their feet on this map. Virtus.pro very much well aware their foothold is pretty solid. Taz getting himself Kiyoshima down. I think he's read this one finally, realizing that Kiyo's the man that pushes every single time, and this time he went looking for him.
Yeah, and the T side are literally investing into every single round almost. You see Tech9s, you get the CZs with head armor, they're going for these. And Smiths, nope, Pasha says no. Deny Smiths. Happy not been able to find even a pixel down here, and Ivy is so hard to push. We've got two players just waiting down there. Shox just got a glimpse of the shadow of Neo. Does take him out at least and gets himself a gun. So 2 guns still in the game. They might just back out with these.
Snacks is holding the angle. Electric covering him off. Look at that. Spots him easily. Shox will get drilled down. MBK is the man rotating, but he's running straight into the arms of Taz.
The loving arms.
Happily going to accept that one, and it's Happy all alone again, trying to back himself into T-spawn, but there's 33 seconds on the clock this time. They've got plenty of time. Pasha's going to hold the angle from Ivy all the way down long there, and Snacks and Taz are moving in.
They are Happy. He could be in trouble here. Bialy's going looking, but Happy there. Finds Snacks. Tucked himself back in. He's in a close little corner.
Bialy's coming round.
Bialy. Here we go. There we have it. Taz did pick it up in the end. The orb's there. And I don't think they need a second. They're happy with just one.
They went with auto snipers actually last time, didn't they? That's generally what people aim towards. But haven't seen Happy and MBK been the ones that are going down to Ivy. Haven't seen them do that boost yet and try and get the peek over the smoke. But nobody's been peeking anyway for them to see over the smoke.
Pasha was also pre-aiming that last time. So
maybe they've looked at it and said it's not worth it.
Yeah, it gives you an advantage if you get there first, but you certainly don't. So could be a problem unless they find a way around it. But right now they're struggling a little bit. But then again, Envy, if they get away with 5 rounds, they're okay. This should be Virtus.pro's half. They should be very firmly up top on this.
They're 2 down in Pop Dog at the moment. They're going to push out. This is a fast play this time. They're going to try and speed things up, EnVyUs, see if it works out for them. Charge in towards site. We can see Snacks there, actually through the smoke. He can't see the planter. He's trying to find him through the smoke, but he does get the plant down there. Now Virtus.pro have to go on the cleanup duty, and it may well just work out for them. Kiyoshima is going to get caught out here. Snacks is going to try and sneak in and go for the defuse, try and draw the attention. Happy's going to be the man that calls. He will find one, won't get the second, and it will be VP that pick up yet another round. So EnVyUs trying to adjust the pace, trying to speed things up a little, and it almost worked out for them. Well, they got a plant down, I guess, as something to look towards.
Yeah, it's enough to keep them back buying. That's the thing. If they can keep buying these rounds, if they can just, brute force their way through, eventually Virtus.pro may snap.
Yeah.
They've tried slow rounds, they've tried fast rounds. What else do they have in that bag of tricks that they can pull out here? Because, to be fair, everyone's hitting their shots on EnVyUs. That's not the problem at all. They're doing fine. It's just you're on the T side on train. It's never been easy.
MBK and Happy going fast once again. Are they going to do it again? Taz this time is going to be the one that pushes up. MBK is actually just there. Happy's going to flash into Pop Dog and drop himself down. Taz does get taken down, so his aggression's backfired. He's got Snacks with him. Snacks quickly backtracks, throws out a nade and gets the hell out of there. Neo's coming through Z-Connector to join them, but EnVyUs are in on site.
Yeah, this is dangerous. You don't want to give an advantage over, but Neo and Snacks hold on to this, saying, just remember, boys, this is our map. We are damn good at this one as well. And Smith's going to try and peek it through, but Shox does find Pasha. Now 2v2. Bomb still just about to be picked up. No, Bialy waited out perfectly, comes around the side in tow with Neo, and just lock down that B bomb site. Nothing to be done then. And it's so hard for any T side to get an advantage. Even though, yes, they picked up Taz, by the time they were able to get all the players across, the 3 who were up by spawn, Virtus.pro still had players ready on that B site instantly. It's so hard to deal with. So Envy back to the drawing board again, still able to buy, still doing well, but it's a tough one for them now.
Surprised Bialy didn't buy Pasha and Orp there, so they chose to not go with it. He had 10,000, so he had all the money. Instead, they went with M4. So I guess this is matching Envy's speed. They decided to speed the game up a little. It's like, okay, let's get a couple of rifles in there. Big stack of Pop Dog for EnVyUs. They're going to see if they can get themselves in. Happy is going to be the man that comes around the side, and MBK is going to try and creep his way through Ivy, but Pasha's ready and waiting. We can see Bialy in perfect position. Virtus.pro very disciplined with their angles as well. You know, we talked about how Taz went looking. If they're going to go looking, it'll only be one person. And it was Neo that went looking. He got caught out. Taz, he's picked up a couple of kills. This time he got caught out, and everybody suddenly sits back again. It's like, all right, let's go passive again.
Well, that's the thing. Virtus.pro, believe it or not, just still veterans
pushing
at this map. He is pushing, but he's pushed up, and I don't think MBK's anywhere near aware of this. He may check it, but you can see in the background Neo just buying a little bit of distraction time, but MBK hits it, and EnVyUs just brute forcing their way in. Nothing beyond that. There was nothing tactical or beautiful about it. They just landed shots that Virtus.pro did not expect them to. Taz and Snacks in a very awkward predicament. Taz still over by B, just about come around spawn. Snacks edging in.
Taz was smoked off at Z-Connector.
He could get something from this.
Snacks is going to... Oh, Happy though. This is what you talked about a moment ago. They're winning duels that perhaps they shouldn't. This time Taz does get himself one. MBK very low on health. Taz has Smiths closing in the angle. He's holding the position. He does get himself another. He's just going to make it costly for Envy. Bearing in mind they've been struggling for rounds. They will get themselves a 4th on the board though. And that was a clean push in, honestly, overall. MBK perhaps coming out a little lucky in his duel with Pasha down in Ivy, but Envy getting that bomb plant in will give them something to work with, but they have to be careful. They lose this round, they're going to be straight back on pistols.
But still, EnVyUs, if they get 5 or 6 rounds, that is a really good T-side, at least to what I recall. I don't think the meta's quite been set yet on this map.
We did see, I think it was 8-7s, the Titan Envy Hellraisers, but like we said, it was the teams openly admitted they hadn't really done any practice work on it.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't think the meta's quite set just yet. I think that we'll have to wait and see how the team bias kind of pans out, what sort of scorelines we should expect here. But look at this, Neo and Bialy pushing quite aggressively down the map, but EnVyUs already working their way somewhere else. They're not quite in the same spot. Shox is holding that push down by Train 1 and Keo. Lurking over by Ivy. So this is the first time EnVyUs have got a good couple of players towards B fairly early on.
Smith is holding the angle, hoping that he'll find something. Nobody's really looking at Ivy. I was going to say, Pasha's rotating back around there now. Bialy going forward. He was on a bit of a fact-finding mission, I feel, but Taz is the one that's about to be tested as Happy and MBK get themselves ready. Snacks has rotated back through Z-Connector. Neo coming to join him. They're reading the situation. They know what's coming. And Snacks is ready and waiting for this one. He will manage to get the smoke down. The flash is there. Neo and Taz have rotated in. You've got... Oh, they're pushing through the smoke. They're just kissing each other and they couldn't find it. And Neo up on top of Train. Switches to the orb. Oh, and he finds it through the smoke as well. Bomb plant came in.
Keo's around the back, though. I don't think they know this. Oh, I think they just heard a step.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Keo finds it. The defuse coming in anyway. He hasn't got a kit. Keo, no, not going to move quick enough. And that's going to be Bialy with the defuse. So Virtus.pro reading the situation very well there. Getting in and around. And managing to pick up. And Well, it does, because Envy managed to get the bomb plant in and get enough kills. They are perfectly fine in this round to buy back up, and it's actually put Virtus.pro a little bit on the back foot.
Definitely has. They're starting. It's so back and forth, though, isn't it, at the moment? To Envy, even if they're not winning the rounds, they're generally getting bomb plants, or they're doing fairly well for themselves. But it's an expensive map, let's put it that way. For the execute that they'd want towards the site, there's a lot of smokes, there's a lot of flashes, ideally maybe a molly or two. But look at this, Neo goes hunting, finds Smiths, that's one down. Pop now being dealt with, where can they turn their attention to next? Neo still going hunting, look at this guy, he's getting more and more confident. They're just starting to peer around, see if anyone else is there, hear anything else, but Snacks making his...
Neo and MBK exchanging, Neo will come out on top again, that's the second for him in the round. Getting 2 in Pop Dog.
Why are they just walking at Neo?
Taz also with Keo. Oh, it tagged Keo so low. 2 hit points is all he's left with. Shock's trying to find something through smoke. But Bialy is creeping on through. And they are slowly. Neo gets himself a third. He came up Pop Dog around the back of Keo.
He can find Shocks as well, and Happy.
Shocks will get himself 1, but now they know where he is. Neo has finally been dropped by Happy, but Taz is coming around. Taz is suddenly going to chase on towards him. He heard Happy drop down there, I feel. And that's going to give Pasha the information, but this is a risky 2-on-2 now.
Where's Shocks going, though? Shocks has the bomb.
He's going to pass on the back of Taz.
Oh my god, they're walking around each other.
They've just passed each other completely. No idea. Shocks just completely passed over towards B site. And Virtus.pro are completely unawares.
Oh, and Taz now has to backtrack. Pasha dealt with Happy and connected, but look at this. Shocks does get the bomb down. He's got the AWP. 2v1. Pasha around the back.
Taz is going to work straight into him.
Let's see if Shock's going to land the shot. He needs to get one down instantly. Shoulder peek comes out. Pasha's working around through up. A stunner from Shocks now. 1v1 for the quad kill here. Pasha drops down. Getting aggressive, getting close. Shocks holds the angle. Time is of the essence. No defuse kit. Pasha is holding this one. Shocks is lurking around the back. He's going to come around the backside and gets it. The 2v1, he pulls it off, picks up 4. And Shocks goes just superhuman in that round.
A huge round for Envy. And, whoa, Taz and Shocks just passing each other by Pop Dog. And that's just one of those moments. It's just, sometimes it just happens like that. And you know, if Taz would have waited just a split second more, Shocks would have gone a split second more. Well, Shocks had next to no health. Taz almost certainly would have come out on top in the duel, but now we see Virtus.pro down to pistols. And we could see a 6th round on the board for EnVyUs. This is starting to become a very good T-side. MBK completely pushed on, gets taken down. Bialy just rushes on through. That's going to recover 1 weapon. It's only going to be a Galil for them, but Snacks is in trouble. Smith is looking for him. Smith is trying to find him. Grenade will find him in the end, but Neo gets the kill.
Yeah, this is still very much on for Virtus.pro. They did well then, but not well enough. It's just down to Neo. 1v3, only has that pistol, gets pinned to the wall. 6 rounds for EnVyUs is really good. This, to what we've seen so far, barring teams who've not been able to feel comfortable, this is very good. Against a team Virtus.pro who are strong on this map.
Yeah, who managed to get, I think it was near 12 rounds as CT side against NIP, something like that. It was definitely a big pickup for them. But Scout for Pasha, AWP for Neo to Mishmash. We've seen Neo have some great AWP in action against TSM the other day. Let's see if he can rekindle that flame. But it's EnVyUs. They're going to be pushing straight through. Taz and Snacks actually went aggressive. I think they heard the steps, the fast steps, but they're going straight through Pop Dog.
Oh, Neo might have been in the right place a second earlier, but now slightly out of spot. He still finds Happy. A little bit further push forward here, but Smith still hunting. Bialy finds what... Oh, Smith needed to have landed that. Neo does go down, though, peeking in towards Smith's. And now 4v3. Absolute bloodshed out on the open bomb site here. Smith does find another. That's Pasha gone, leaving it all in the hands of Snacks. Does he know where the... Oh, I think he knows Keo had the bomb then. He's going to adjust around. And Envy have got time. They don't need to rush this, and they are off to B. Perfectly read. This could be another round.
Yeah, the plant's definitely going to come in. This could be a 7th round on the board for EnVyUs. There's the plant. Snacks makes the move, but they have his angle covered. There's only 3 ways he can come from here, really. Z-Connector's the most obvious. Smith is the one that's covering it. Gets a glimpse. It's the AWP he's using. He went big in the last round, but Snacks somehow manages to rattle the shots off. Is he going to be expecting Keo behind him, though? He's heading straight for the bomb. He's not really got a lot of time in this one. He's going to smoke it. He's got no kit. 10 seconds. He's got to hold it. Can Keo find him through the smoke? He just needs to aim up. Does get the tags. Just about gets him down. And it's 7 rounds for EnVyUs. Incredible stuff. Now Virtus.pro, what are they going to do? They made a mismatch buy in the last round, which means they're going to have to fumble something together for this one.
Yeah, double AWP for the T side now. Smiths and Keo both with that at the moment. They've got a good bit of money to spread around. Nothing perfect. There we go. Happy picks it up, I was about to say. But yeah, Happy and Keo still. And Smith just opting for the CZ. Interesting. And on the other side, as you mentioned, not great either. Envy starting to look towards that A bomb site. 4 players there. Neo starts pushing. Neo might find Keo up on these stairs if he goes up far enough. But actually, Pasha finding Shocks just down on Ivy.
Is Neo going to go up this ladder? Keo is right there.
Pasha might spot 2. He's found another. That's MBK.
Happy does finally respond. Bialy does go aggressive, and this is sometimes those plays work. Neo finds another, and with a mishmash of buys, it's Happy that's all alone. He's just pushed on through Ivy, but they know where he is. They're already pushing around. Taz has got himself all the way back around to the CT spawn. Happy's just being kept busy while Snacks closes in on him. The grenade tossed in. Oh, Happy almost landing the second, but not going to happen. Virtus.pro 8-7 up. But my God, that's not a good CT side. That is not a good CT side at all. And the question is, how is EnVy's defense now? And more importantly, how's Virtus.pro's attack? Because they're going to have to pull off something special to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, I from what I've seen, I think this is all about Envy and how well they played that T side. Yeah. Even when they weren't necessarily winning the rounds, they were getting bomb plants, they were getting kills, they were constantly making pressure. And then when they won, you know, a good couple of rounds in, you could see as to why. But still, I'm looking forward to this half. I'm not sure what to expect. I think Envy will have the edge coming out with a T side as strong as they did if this map stays close to what we'd expect in a T and CT side. But then again, anything could change. Virtus.pro could come out with a perfect T side, perfect executes, and just blow Envy out the water. But it's quite unlikely.
Will we see the first defeat of Virtus.pro in the ESL ESEA Pro League? They are 4-0, tied with Fnatic at the top of the league right now. This would take them top. But EnVyUs, they are certainly putting a staggering block in their way. Of course, EnVyUs lost out in the DreamHack finals just the other day to Fnatic, but they put up a good performance. Although they were a little annoyed with themselves and they had that 6-hour train journey back. They've managed to rest up their laurels and get themselves back in. Here we go, though. This time around, EnVyUs as the CT side. How will they hold Virtus.pro back? Remember, Happy picked up a 4K in their pistol last time around, which got them rolling.
It certainly did. And look at this start. 3-2 split. Got Pasha down by Ivy, Bialy. Just kind of holding passively by the A main push, if I could call it that. I'm a little rusty myself on some of these calls, but maybe not as rusty as some of those smokes. But here we go. Taz, Snacks, and Neo starting their way through Pop. Already, Shocks does catch a glimpse of one. I think he split out at least 2 of them, so good information found there.
Oh, Pasha's pushing through. They're not looking his way. He can creep around the back of them. Smith finally does look, but Pasha's in. Now he's going to find Keo. Keo's going to get taken down as well. Shocks is in trouble. He's being pushed at every angle. Happy's going to come around. He's all alone. Pasha's found his 3rd of the round. And now Happy. I just talked about, could someone match it? And yes, they can. Pasha gets 4 in the T-side round. Anything Happy can do, Pasha can match it.
7-9, Virtus.pro starting off very well on their T side here. But up against them is a decently, let's say, invested CT side. We've got some 5.7s, head armor, and the scout. And we saw Pasha not too long ago with that scout in a similar round to this, doing a lot of work. But where are Virtus.pro going to go? Already starting to line up. Checking up that smoke. Virtus.pro clearly
I wanted to see the smokes. I want you to show the smokes. Neo tossing all sorts of and sundry through, trying to throw the distractions through towards A site through Pop Dog, but it is clearly going to be a B site push. And they've actually completely walled off A site with the smoke, which is why they're trying to throw the fake. But Envy are reading this one. They're already rotating.
Yeah, they are. And MBK has to land something here. A couple of tags, something more than nothing. And at the moment, finding absolutely zilch. EnVyUs are on the side, but they're not pushing before there's a tag. There's no need to, but Shock's already going down to Snax. Snax pushing in, getting the double, and that's just adding a lot of bank towards Virtus.pro.
Absolutely picking them up. Happy trying to get a couple of picks here. Keo does manage to find one, doesn't get the second. Neo with another Mac 10 kill. He will get dropped on stairs, but it's just Happy and Keo trying to rescue something from the round. They know they're not likely to get a defuse unless Keo can get lucky with his scout. He's already been tagged off, backs away, doesn't get the shot. Bialy gets himself another.
Taz is waiting.
And Taz does manage to hunt him down. So, Virtus.pro, it's a 2-0 start. After picking up that pistol on the T side, can they keep momentum going? Can they keep EnVyUs low on cash? Because that's really what this is all about. EnVyUs can't afford to do anything this round, so you'd expect Virtus.pro to push on through. Let's see how aggressive they be.
Yeah, EnVyUs have nothing, so if they can get away with a gun even out of this round, they'll probably be pleased, if it's an AK especially. 4 players fairly well dedicated towards A, nothing new there. And just MBK soloing out on the B side. Happy is kind of supporting him as well, but as you can see, Pasha just being able to walk straight through. No one watching Ivy. And look at this.
That completely around the back of them.
Yeah, completely surrounded. Envy, they're holding in on these sites, but I don't think you get much from it. This should be a really easy round for Virtus.pro.
Yeah. Just whoop!
Faded arrival for Keed Stars and both Nylon with Hiko. Obviously, there's another roster that people have been really excited about. So really good to see the Brazilians come over and make a splash. I don't think it was a perfect performance from them tonight by any stretch of imagination. I think there was some definite issues on their CT side here in Inferno. And, you know, against a team like Nylon, who's been playing really well in their own CT side, against a team like Cloud9, who also have a decent CT side on Inferno, they may not get away with this game with their T side to carry them like that. So they definitely have issues they still need to address, but overall 2-0, that's the perfect start for them.
Yeah, they're going to be happy with just grabbing those wins. I mean, that's all that really matters. It's still early on in the season, and like any other competitive thing, it's all about just getting to the playoffs and just constantly improving to the regular season. So this is going to put them in a great position to do so, 2-0, and they're going to be able to get fully situated in this house and as a team in North America and go from there. But they look great, in my opinion. I mean, they definitely have some issues, but overall, yeah.
Pasha almost gets a team kill on Bialy there, pushing through. Turns around, trains his sights on him. MBK last man standing with the USP, but he's already going to get tracked. Bialy making his way around, going to come down the stairs any second, and it's going to be a easy cleanup for Virtus.pro. So, EnVyUs now going to get themselves M4s in hand. Let's see how their defensive work is tested by VP.
Let's see, indeed. A pretty decent investment. No AWP, no nothing like that. They can't even afford anything close to that just yet. But Virtus.pro, still got a bit of money, but already Neo sticking out on the Mac 10 as well. And a Galil for Taz, so a little bit shoddy, but it'll do the job if Neo just needs to get close, and if the smokes line up towards that A-bomb site, he can get it and bring it closer. Pasha being overwhelmed by Ivy. Smith just gains control, backs in towards A, and now retracts back to the standard defense, and Virtus.pro pushing in towards a very stacked site.
The problem is, because they pushed up Ivy, they knew where they are, and they just got completely smoked off. They're going to have to rotate around. VP already deep in sight. Happy manages to catch one around there. Snax, here's the man. Smith's keeping around the side, but Virtus.pro, they've tried to overwhelm them and surround them, but now their positions have been completely locked off. Smith finds the last. Taz is the only man left, not able to get the plant in there, and he will get found out. They know he's in the smoke, and MBK will close it off. So, the aggression working out well for EnVyUs there. I think they were maybe expecting more to be down there, but information gathering, kill, no matter what it was, they got Pasha down quick, and it turned things very well in EnVyUs' favor.
Exactly, and EnVyUs doing that, even though you said, yeah, oh, okay, well, Virtus.pro are on the site, they're not on the site. That's a big thing. And on this map, if you're not on the site, it's so still difficult. You know, even just crossing from train 1 to train 2 in this, there's probably about 3 players watching you. So until they're right there,
yeah, you do too.
Aww.
Well,
Thanks,
it did red light with all those pauses, so we're going to get out of here relatively quickly. But thanks to all you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the new Portuguese fans we had come in. Any South Americans who are in here enjoying the broadcast, appreciate it very much. Supporting your team, that's awesome stuff. Brazilians.
Portugal's in Spain, near Spain, bro. That's not South American.
Sorry. They
Come
speak
on, man.
Portuguese.
Wow. Okay, they speak Brazilian as well.
All right, let's just end this because it's getting late.
No, it's all good. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Awesome to see Keystars coming in there. I look forward to getting to know more of these Brazilian names, this Zeka thing as we go forward. So don't
I've gotten
forget to
about
tweet
10
us.
tweets about it. I've got about 10 of
I
them.
see
So
a bunch of notifications, so I'm a little curious to read those. But this is good. This is awesome. It's good to see them be a part of the league. Are you gonna say goodbye? You could say goodbye.
I'm scared I'm gonna make a mistake again, but let's do say goodbye quickly. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in once again.
Pushing again.
I don't know.
Keo and Smith, they're
But
going
whoa,
aggressive.
Let's see if Bialy's watching it though. Bialy is. That's perfect. Let's get one. And now it's Pasha and Smith there. And Shox even dedicating a little bit of time towards it as well. And both may back away as a mutual agreement almost of, oh, this could be dangerous for both of us. Oh, Pasha through the smoke.
You often wonder when people are probing, putting so many resources into going out on Ivy, what VP are going to do, and they are pushing through Pop Dog. Shox is the last man on site. The rest of the team coming in there, but Shox may well be all they need as he nails Snacks to the wall. Taz is going to get the bomb plant down, but Envy already closing in on him. And he does. That's about all he's going to get. Pasha smoked off. Neo smoked off. Happy's going to find Pasha. And it's all on Neo.
Yeah, Neo probably the only position they may not be 100% aware of, but that plant is 100% for that. They'll know where it is. But Neo, doesn't matter, lands two.
We'll see you back again tomorrow night. I believe you're going to be with me again, Matthew. So
I am.
So it'll be awesome stuff.
For sure. And we'll see you then, guys.
And now 1v1 Shox getting up close and personal, does the damage, gets back, doesn't have a defuse kit, I don't believe. So this could be very, very close.
I'm not sure he's got it. I'm not sure. No, he's not. He's not got it. He realized it. Has to back away. Is he even going to get out of the bomb? Just about. So Virtus.pro get themselves another on the board. That's a 4th round on the T side. And already, this is what we talked about. You know, it was 7 for EnVyUs. That managed to get on the board. 4 rounds already for VP in the opening 6. That's very good.
No kidding. But yeah, that was just good bomb plant, good positioning by Neo. And him landing those 2 shots, just perfect. Perfect play. But here we are. EnVyUs now, a little bit worse for wear for Cash, but they're forcing into it regardless. They should have advantages on this map that they could make work. Having the CZ there with MBK, there hasn't been much B presence, so you can kind of see why. But maybe Virtus.pro will read into that, going, well, haven't tried B, haven't tested it out. Not sure we're up against, maybe it's time to test the waters a little. And MBK might be in trouble. Can you actually shoot that? Surely not.
What, trying to get the wallbangs through? You could see Shox was aiming at it. He was
Yeah.
certainly trying. MBK is about to get it overwhelmed. Is he going to work out with the CZ? No, Neo will get him down. Oh, Happy, if only knew they were lined up for him. Oh, and he's getting tagged up through the smoke as well. He's trying to push on through, and he does. He manages to get one, get two, pushes through. Smith gets another. Taz is the only man left. He gets caught out. Happy with the aggression through smoke. It pays off for him, and they will get themselves a defuse.
Happy is playing out of his mind in those situations. Just back-to-back perfection. Defuse comes in. Envy finally get a good round on the board. They needed that. But then again, Virtus.pro, that's the first time they've really tried B. You know, there maybe a couple of pistol rounds there, you know, to be... considered, but look at this play. Happy just got tagged, didn't fluster, flashes through, 1, 2, and he knew the bomb had gone down, not on standard spot, just pre-firing that for the headshot spot, and he knew that it was going to be just to the left. Brilliant stuff, and that's going to force Virtus.pro into a bad predicament. They're down to pistols now.
Yeah, Smiths and Keo, are they going to continue be at their aggression? No, Smith is going to curb it this time, and rightly so. There was 3 people pushing towards him, pistols or not. 3 people is still overwhelming. Keo, though, cutting down any aggression that was pushing forward. Smith will get himself one at Ivy. It's Bialy that's trying to sneak on through. Keo are keeping them bay, and now it is just these 2 in Ivy left. One man stands. It is Taz all alone. He went for armor as well in this round. It didn't pay off for them, and it was a spotless round for Envy in the end of the day. So, 12-10 the score. Virtus.pro. They picked themselves up 4 rounds so far on the T side. They're going to need a little more, and Envy starting to get a little ground.
I want to see how much they can go. I don't want to say anything yet, because Virtus.pro, when they do their full executes, are really, really good. But they've been kind of left on shortier buys and slightly missing buys. But where are they going to go? 3 players plowing through towards B. NBK's nade is going to just about not do damage. It must have just stopped short.
I think they were just on the upper ledge, and it went on the lower ledge at Brown Halls. It looked like NBK, though, holding the angle with the scout, hopping up and down. Neo's going to be the one that peeks it. Is he going to land the shot?
Well-timed molly there. That's actually going to slow Virtus.pro down massively.
Happy learning from the last time. He's like, you know what? This time I am going to fire through the smoke. They could be lined up for me again. Not going to work out for them. The entire team. Shox is coming right round the back. Yeah, he's going to catch them all out. They're pushing through on towards site. But the entire EnVyUs team is here ready and waiting. Shox comes in. He picks himself up a triple. Happy gets the other. And a second. And, well, that was all too easy for Envy at the end of the day. And that was a forced up Virtus.pro there. That was Gillios and AKs as they pushed on through. It's going to force them back onto pistols. And we could be seeing EnVyUs drawing equal.
We definitely could. And the bank for EnVyUs is getting quite comfortable as well. They're up to 8k, 7k. They're looking okay on this one. And as you mentioned, Virtus.pro very poor into this one. Just P250s and maybe a discussion more than anything at the moment as to what they can do. What do they need to change? What stopped working? Was it just Envy getting back on a full buy? Was it, you know, we've been hitting B, it's not been working, they've been reading it too well? How can we now change this? What can we do to maybe just adjust a touch?
Everybody holding their angles at the moment. Keo, Keith at bay. Snacks is the man that's about to peek. Pasha just trying his look through the smoke. NBK's been left in B site, but it's not really where the angle's coming from. Looks like it's going to be Neo and Taz to push through Pop Dog. Bialy's pushing through. He's trying to get on site, but look at that. Shox using the train ladders to his advantage. Hops up, gets 2. And the rest of his team are closing in on them. The pistols Oh, not working out. Not even going to be able to
Neo.
get the plan through. Neo just trying to run the gauntlet through Z Connector with the bomb, but runs headlong into MBK.
Yeah, not a plant there for them this time as well, so no. So they're able to buy back up, but nothing brilliant to come out of it. But this is where Virtus.pro now need to stop the rot. They've been trying B. They tried a quick rush towards A then. Now let's see if they go back to what was working before, the more A-focused plays, or do they try B again? I'm not sure if I like their play towards B as much. It's not been working out as well, so I'm kind of hoping they switch up a little here.
A lot of smokes coming out. Snax is going to go for the flash. Here we go. They're going to push on. It's going to be an A-side pile-in. 4 members coming straight from main. Neo is going to be the only man that comes from Pop Dog. Snax lands the opener. Now he's going to try and trace on through.
That molly's hurting him as well. He's down to 11 HP.
There's a wall of smoke, but unfortunately it's cutting him off, and Shox is going to get around the back. Does get the second. Oh, he shouldn't have landed that shot. byali will manage to get the revenge in. Happy's going to creep on around the back of the smoke, and he may well just catch him. Neo behind him will get him down. MBK left alone. He's at Ivy, and they know where he is. It's Snax that's holding the position, but Neo will get the kill. And while you just asked the question and Virtus.pro responded, what will they do as the pressure was on? They get themselves another round. EnVyUs taking them all away, though. EnVy already proved they had a solid T-side with their 7 rounds in the bank. Virtus.pro now 5 up. But they're going to have to get more. They're going to have to get all 8. As EnVyUs, well, we said it a moment ago, they had enough money, they can just buy straight back in there. What are VP going to do?
Well, the big thing that I point out is the fact that I like Virtus.pro's A play. Not what they're going to do, it's more, when they go back to A, it worked. When they went to B, they lost so many rounds on the buy. But obviously you can't just keep going one side. Eventually you've got to switch up. But at the moment we're seeing that Pasha and byali stack down by Ivy again. This is almost a repeat of the first round, almost, where we saw the stack coming back out, we saw the aggression coming back out. And a little bit slower from Virtus.pro, maybe looking for a later execute.
Keo going hunting, actually. He's pushing out. He might find Snax. He's gone very deep on this one. Snax was just around the corner. Snax actually just back to T-spawn. So Keo trying to get a little bit of information. Neo's going to be the man that's heading back, so I think Keo will hear the footsteps there as Neo goes over the top of him. And look at this, both EnVyUs now up deep. Taz is actually going to drop down Pop Dog, I believe. And there's actually no one looking there that way at the moment because they've gone so deep.
Something about these first couple of kills will define absolutely everything. And this is going to force Pasha to push through. He's going in, but Smiths is there. Smiths finds Pasha, reloads, expects more. Taz replies towards Shox, over by Train 1. But Keo, already pushed up, finds it. Now look at these two just around it, and Smiths comes around the backside. They line up perfectly for Smiths. And now just Taz left. He's not 1v4. He's not got a hope in hell, and Keo pins him to the wall.
Brilliant round for EnVy there. Held
Brilliant
it.
round for Smiths.
Virtus.pro trying something different. Like you say, Smiths coming out on top. They knew he was there. He took down Pasha already. They just assumed that the smoke would maybe stop his aggression. But they were wrong. That was for sure. All square, 13-13. You know, I've seen a lot of pro players saying this map's just not balanced 15-0, but we've not been seeing it. We've not been seeing these 15-0s. This is a close one once again. 13-13, all square. And Virtus.pro once again have been tested by EnVy. The upstarts to train at going against the veterans.
And look at this B stack already. It's already starting to form up. This is a lot faster, actually. Happy not quite in position just yet. It's only going to be MBK to hold on, but it's still MBK. MBK gets one, but goes down, tagging up a good few others. And this mixed bag buy out of Virtus.pro might just get a plant.
Pasha might be the difference. Pasha's actually being held up with Smiths on A side, so he's slowing things down, which is why Keo is holding in Z Connector. Happy is holding in Z Connector. Nobody's pushing through. The plant's still yet to go down as well. Pasha well aware that somebody is nearby, and Taz still holding the bomb plant because they know they don't have the site covered off yet. So tense between the two. Snax, does he keep things going? Taz is going to move for it. He's going for the plant. There's the plant going now. Pasha not watching. Smiths might catch him behind. Keo is going to back away. Happy is creeping along the side. He's got the high ground, and it may well work out. He knows exactly where Snax is. Oh, he doesn't land the flick. Smiths is taking a real long way around here. Pasha's rotating around. Pasha might be able to catch off. It's Happy that's trying to back away, and Pasha's got his position covered off. They're chasing him back in towards CT Swan. Smith's coming around. Bialy will find him, but Smith comes out on top. Happy, oh, up close, tries to go for the no-scope. And Pasha comes out. And well, Virtus.pro once again win themselves a round back in there. They are being pushed all the way, but it is back and forth action between these two teams.
Yeah.
That's now the 6th round on the board on the T side.
Yeah, and for the money system, it's going to just skew everything. Okay, so Envy have a bit of money left in the bank of the likes of Keo, MBK, and Smiths. But with the auto sniper, oh my god, that buy! What the? 2 auto snipers,
All right.
2 AWPs, and 1 M4.
Maybe they've just said, okay, let's just
It
go for
works,
this.
though,
We either
like,
win or we lose.
It genuinely works because you just keep them in range and you spam the hell out of people. Maybe
So-
they feel that's what they're missing out on.
Well,
a
we
bit.
saw Titan making great use of this. We've seen, I think it was Get Right using it as well over on the A side, single-handedly holding the N site, which is exactly what MBK's doing. He's on his own with that auto sniper, and there's so many lines that you can just keep them at bay at. Taz and Snacks are going to be the ones that drop down into Pop Dog. Smith gets a glimpse, doesn't get the second time of asking either. Now the nade landing square on him. Smith's going to smoke himself off, flash himself out once again. Didn't go for the look shot through the smoke.
The important factor here is though that Keo and Happy haven't given away the fact, you know, and MBK to a degree, haven't given away anything that they have AWPs either. It's just Smiths, and you kind of expect Smiths maybe to have an AWP or two, but I wonder what's going to happen when everyone shows their hand. How will Virtus.pro react?
Look at
Already
the
line of
smokes.
smokes coming out towards A. That's going to allow them close. But Envy still hold the line at the back. Oh my god, Happy is so close to this.
My, that could have been 3 in a
Happy
row.
gets Taz, but it didn't hit Snacks. How the hell that didn't hit him, I do not know. But there's that auto sniper coming in, but Neo getting his own little bit of revenge with the MAC-10.
Oh, MBK coming through. Z-Connector's going to come straight around, but they don't quite line up for him. And now the bomb making its way to B-side. Smith's all alone. This could be match point for Virtus.pro.
Certainly could be. Smith's just standing in the way. That is all it is. Bomb goes down. Smith's left in this predicament.
I think he's going to have to save.
You have to go for the draw, yeah.
I think he's going to have to save it, keep hold of it, because, you know, like we said at the start, what kind of buy is that? They're going to have to go for it. You know, auto snipers, AWPs, they invested so much into that round. And to lose it like this way and really not pick too many kills up, Snacks getting himself a triple. This is potentially lost EnVyUs the game. Snacks will go down as he goes hunting. They realize the situation. Neo's even picked up that auto sniper as well. And they are going to try and chase him down. Smith is not going to get found. But this is 15-13. Virtus.pro match point. And they could be taking another victory on train.
Certainly could be a very hard 4-1. Shocks and Happy putting up a big performance already. 26 and 20 for those two, but it doesn't matter. Everyone on the side of Virtus.pro has been doing their job. A very well-rounded scoreboard for those boys. We are going to be seeing Pasha with the auto sniper on the other side, up with Smith still, and whatever they could purchase for EnVyUs.
Keo's going to go aggressive. Look at it. He's charging straight out of Ivy's going to get flashed out by Smith. This is going to work out. Pasha's holding the angle, though. It's a good job he didn't go, because he would have been cut in half. Bialy up close. MBK and Taz out in their little merry dance again over on the B site. Neo is the one with the bomb in hand, and he's looking towards Pop Dog. Is he going to drop one down? It doesn't look like it. Shocks is actually going to go aggressive. He's looking at Pop Dog right now, so if they drop down, they could be going straight into his crosshairs.
It certainly could be, but will Shocks push up? That's a bigger question. Is he feeling that damn confident? I certainly wouldn't be, but then again, I guess you have to catch him off sometimes. But
Oh, Envy have read into this. Look at it. Happy and Keo already over on B site. They're thinking it's B, but it's not.
oh, yeah, to see that Shocks
Oh, well.
was just gone and said no. It could be an A, but it's not anymore. As Snacks, Pasha, and Bialy are going to have to work their way back out of this. Smith's tucked into the corner. Gets flashed, but doesn't shoot. He's going to try and hold his ground here. Snacks has passed. Bialy to the left. Smith now pounces. Gets down Snacks. Pasha and Bialy, the last two alive. Make it just Pasha. 1v3. This could be the draw, but he's still going. He's still fighting this one out. And look how low they are. That nade could have done the damage. They're both down to 2 and 6 HP.
Oh my
This
God.
is unreal.
He's got the auto sniper. He's going to move in. He's going to try and go for it. Shocks is in the corner. Shocks is waiting for this. Shocks will pounce. And Shocks went huge in that round, getting himself those 3 kills. And we're down to now possible tiebreaker situation. Or will Virtus.pro be able to get something straight back in this one? down to the wire, just like NIP Virtus.pro was on Monday. I tell you what, Train is delivering so far for me.
It's still very early on in the way Train to be played out, but certainly giving us some great performances thus far. But let's see what Virtus.pro bring to the forefront here. It looks like they're going to go for a bit of an all-in play towards A. They're stacking up like champs here. Keo just going to say hell to that. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to push through those smokes. I'm going to get in front of you. Smith finds Pasha. Keo then gets into position, gets one, gets the second. Keo reading it like a book. And sadly for Virtus.pro, they are falling apart. Taz and Bialy, the last two alive.
Bialy over at Electric, he's getting pinned off, but they're not going down without a fight. Bialy gets another grenade in hand, he will get picked off. It's overtime, ladies and gentlemen. EnVyUs take it all away, and there is
Twitter.
A beautiful Twitter. 15-15. So, overtime is upon us. There is no draws in the ESL ESEA Pro League. Wow, was not expecting that. So, two big T-side halves from both teams. We wondered how EnVyUs were going to react, how they were going to respond, how they were going to play up against Virtus.pros, the old legends on Train. And, well, they certainly responded well.
Yeah, there's no doubting EnVyUs is a good team, though. It's putting it like this. This is the point that I'd say outside of it almost, you'd put EnVyUs just above Virtus.pro, generically. You'd say they're a better team. Arguably, of course. But then you take it to this map, then that's where the difference happens. But there's no doubting that if EnVyUs have done their work, they could easily take Virtus.pro on this map. So for me, it's just seeing that EnVyUs have actually practiced this.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just, that's what I was about to say. It's just how much time have they had to practice? They knew it was in the pool for DreamHack, so you would assume they would have definitely had a look at it, especially when they saw Titan and Hellraiser suddenly playing. I was like, okay, guys, we should probably really start looking at this map now. We are into game now, and already it is down to a 2-on-1 situation.
Is it?
I don't know, honestly. It looks like it is. No, because Taz wasn't moving. I was going to say, I'm like, why are you showing us this game?
Because people would be confused if we don't show them warm-up.
Graham's confused.
Okay, so we have Graham.
The Observer
spectating.
was
You saw his Twitter
confused.
a moment ago.
Yeah, you saw his Twitter. If you want to abuse him, he referees CSGO quite regularly. Also StarCraft 2. You've seen him on stream with his shorts on many times. But let's get back to the meat and bones of this game. It has been a very close run thing. I'm just wondering. I was wondering actually in the first game against NIP, we saw Neo up at Electric very heavily, always in and around Electric there. My God, we're on our, oh dear.
I was going to say, like, do they not realize that when it switches again, it's probably going to crash?
I could hear a lot of swearing going on in another room.
I just find it amazing. Graham not only once shows Twitter, but twice. Anyway, it's all good and fun. Anyway, we are just waiting on these guys to sort themselves out. I do think we are just getting them to be warmed up and be ready for overtime. Put the config on and such. But yeah, I don't know. For me, this is just gonna have to see what Virtus.pro can do. Can they start off well enough? Can they start off strongly?
Yeah.
Because last time they weren't as strong, I feel, off the bat.
Absolutely. I mean, it was the pistol, no doubt about it. Pistol for both teams. We had Happy get 4 in the pistol. We had Pasha get 4 in the pistol. It's like, can they go big? There's not going to be no pistols this time around. There's going to be 16k starts. So that's not a thing.
Who's starting on CT, though?
You would assume it's EnVyUs? Side that ends on CT, starts on CT.
Well, I'm just saying, it's surely going to be a massive
Admin,
advantage. No, I'm just saying it's going to be a huge advantage to start on CT here just to get those rounds.
Oh, no doubt about it, yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. I think they are just restarting now, so they do have 10k monies. And we are good. So yeah, it'll be EnVy starting on the CT side. T side is going to be Virtus.pro. EnVy, if they don't close this one out in like a really strong fashion early, if they don't get like 3 of them, that'll be a surprise. You know, they have to go big here. Big investment to the double AWP as well. They cannot keep rebuying that. They cannot repurchase that every single time. So here we go. Let's see what they kind of do in this one. Looks like Virtus.pro going to be doing kind of what they've been doing a lot of on their T side, just taking their time, not overly quick rushing.
Well, see, I want to test this. I'm sure we've seen in Anders' video of him testing that, but that wall bang is definitely being tested by the teams. EnVyUs have been aiming at it quite a few times now.
It's working. Taz is tagged.
Yeah, not a great deal, granted, but it's definitely tagged. Pasha's the one that's peeking, and we are in towards site. He's MR3, by the way, in case you weren't aware. So with EnVyUs starting out on the CT side.
Wait, Virtus.pro are going straight through. Look where the bomb is. Oh my god, that was insane. They just literally passed the site. They tried to go straight towards B because Bialy was in there. But they didn't expect the players to be waiting that far back. Bialy finds MBK. So the plan, in theory, was perfect.
Look at the position. They're all over the shop. Smiths is actually going to come around. Neo, is he checking the angle? Smiths does catch him, and Neo goes down, and now Bialy all alone. He's got to try to find the bomb alone. Smiths, though, backing away. Did they even know? Did they see the bomb go loose? I'm not sure. We're seeing things that I don't like to see at the moment. Bialy, I can see on my screen at least, that he is trying to get that bomb plant down. He does manage to get shocks out. Flash is in there. But this is a problem. Bomb plant down. Smiths in a one-on-one with Bialy. Will not come out on top, and Smiths went huge, gets himself another 4K, and the defuse will come. And that was Smiths from Ivy once again going huge for his team.
Smith's just, he has been such a huge factor for EnVyUs recently in every single of their ESL ESEA games. Every single one of them, whether it be against Hellraisers, he stepped up. Again, this guy is just unbelievable when the pressure's on. And this is making me nervous. Stop it. 16-15, Virtus.pro need to pick this up now. They need to get this one on the board. They cannot allow EnVyUs to get this many rounds back to back. It will start becoming a huge factor. So, two AWPs, one auto sniper, and then standard M4s. This is going to be one of those rounds that could be a disaster or the saving grace of Virtus.pro here, as MBK could be in trouble now.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't like seeing things like this. And I think that's going to be... Oh, no. And then it's back. It's just like randomly back. Okay. Unfortunately...
It's just very suspenseful.
It's frame by frame action is what we're covering off. MBK... 60 FPS or not, MBK is holding the angle, and now they're pushing on into sight. Smokes down, MBK backs away, adjusts his position, tries to switch across and hides his position more importantly, and lets Shocks and Happy come in and do the work. Now he does get fined, but Snacks manages to get him down, but Smiths once again is the man being called into action. The bomb is moving though, it's dropped down Pop Dog. They're going straight towards A side, but again, EnVyUs are reading the situation so well. Pasha all alone. Gets smoked off, completely surrounded. Gets Smiths down, but it doesn't matter. Happy is there in the back, and it's the second round in the books for EnVyUs.
Yeah, that was pretty damn big, and if Envy pick up every single one of these, this is going to be massive for them. Virtus.pro will be truly put to the test when it switches. But yeah, still having those auto snipers in play, double AWPs in play. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if Virtus.pro have the stones to turn it around if it comes to that. And well, let's find out. Already just enjoying the just slightly slower start to things. Still have to keep it tense, but looking at Virtus.pro how they're setting up. We've got Bialy and Pasha over by Ivy. Got Happy very far pushed up on towards B, leaving MBK actually to play into connector, and Virtus.pro are walking right in towards EnVyUs here.
Kiyoshima with the Scar 20. Just going to hop on. Oh, and Shocks has already found them. This is possibly a 3-0. That was just rude. Straight away. And the last two members, oh, they were at Ivy. Bialy's having second guesses. The bomb is in courtyard. There's no way they can get near it now. And they just have to figure something out here. This could possibly be a solid 3-0 for EnVyUs in their first CT defense. You talked about it, how big of a deal starting out on CT could be. Pasha comes in and quickly flicks on towards Smiths. Bialy's going to pop flash themselves around the corner, although Pasha got caught out with the flash himself. Happy up close. But they know exactly where they are. They suspect that both are here. And this is going to have to be a huge play from these two.
Well, two impressive players. Pasha wants the AK, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold on to this one. As look at this. He does find MBK. There's still 3 hungry players waiting to punish with 14 seconds left to do the damage. The bomb is firmly next to Keo, and Keo will close it down, and I'm scared that this will then do the same thing again. Oh my god, okay, it didn't. Wait, oh, don't know. Alright, so, big thing here is Envy picked up the 3 rounds on the CT side. Now, Virtus.pro have every single right and every single ability to do the same thing. But it's not an easy task. It really isn't, because now every mistake counts. It's the same theory of, well, I got to 15, or sorry, the opposition got to 15, we can do just the same. We can pull it back. Theoretically, of course you can. But every single mistake you make has no buffer. And this is going to be what Virtus.pro have to come up against. Can Envy just pull something together, prove the T-side isn't completely screwed? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see whether it works out once they switch around there, because the 3-0 is solid, and more importantly, EnVyUs didn't look like they were going to be faltering. What we're seeing here is obviously not around. We're just waiting for them to get back in there and get the action underway. GoTV is not happy right now with us, it seems. I wonder why. Team EnVyUs, how are Virtus.pro going to react? Can they be solid? Because EnVyUs did get a lot more bomb plants than Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro's rounds were more individual kills craziness than actual straight plans, and well, we're seeing maybe a response. It's all out war for Virtus.pro. Snacks and Pasha, both with Scar 20s. We're going in.
That's a big investment as well. You can't do that every single round if you don't pick up that winning. But let's see. Let's see what they can do here. We are live into this one, and Taz looking very aggressive on towards B. Wants to get that control very early on. And just going to sit just outside of that smoke and wait for this. Snacks, Neo, Pasha, and Bialy over by A. Envy doing a much slower execute here. MBK will have to overcome the task that is Pasha down by Ivy if he actually wants to push this, but Envy still not making a play. 1 minute on the board. Keo keeping Taz busy, but they're kind of aware of that. That's what Envy were doing before. Keo comes over here towards B, pesters around a little, and then will adjust. Then they'll go into their plan, but at the moment, 50 seconds, Envy are going to have to start making their move soon.
See if they make that move, because they're running that clock down. 40 seconds. And well, you hear the auto sniper rattling off in the distance, but unfortunately for Pasha, it was MBK that came out on top. MBK pushing through, actually. What Bialy wouldn't have expected that. He just bounced the molly straight around the corner, which is why he wasn't expecting it. Neo going to go looking for him. Doesn't manage to get him down. Keo taking Snacks. Neo's going to move in. We don't quite catch him, but Keo will get himself the kill. Taz, the last man standing, and this could well be game for EnVyUs. Oh, Taz is not done yet, but Shocks. He's all the way across the train yard. Taz has to go for the defuse. It's planted perfectly for him. He's going to use electric. Oh, Taz might be able to get above him.
It's fully white though. This is the problem. Shocks knows it. Time is of the essence.
Oh,
Taz has run it too low. He can't do it. Shocks with a perfect dodging. Oh, and just ends it with style. Taking Taz down, and EnVyUs showing they can do it just as well as Virtus.pro. Just closing it out in overtime.
Fantastic stuff. So, EnVyUs victorious in the end. I think it was 1916, no, 2016. No, 1915. I'm useless. Again, I'm doing math on air. It's not even math. It's not even math. You just